mathematicians, and welcome to math lesson number 10, putting decimals into real life examples. All right, so a real life example of hundredths is this guy right here, the penny. Unfortunately, the penny is no longer a valid form of money, but in the purposes of connecting money to decimals, it works, because this penny is worth 1/100th of this other lovely coin, the loonie. You guessed it, we're here to talk about money. So, we've got the Canadian coins. We've got our friend the toonie, worth 200 cents or $2. So it could be $2, or we could say 200 cents. We've got our friend the loonie, which is $1 whole dollar, otherwise known as 100 cents. And going down a little bit, we've got the quarter, which is not worth a whole dollar. It is worth 25 cents. So 25 out of 100 in decimals, 25 hundredths would look like that. And then the dollar symbol goes on the left. Notice how the dollar symbol's on the left and the cent symbol is on the right. So cents are less than 1, and the things that are less than 1 are on the right-hand side of the decimal, so I think that's why that works out. Cents are on the right, dollars are on the left, right? So we've got toonie, loonie, quarter. Next up, we've got our cute little dime, and it is worth 10 cents. So 10 out of 100 would be worth $0.10. And then we've got, oh, sorry, Kermie, just like that. We've got the nickel, which is our current, the smallest form of currency. Oh, sorry, I should do the cents first. 5 cents, 5/100ths would look like this. And the guy who doesn't count anymore, except for in our math book and to help us think about money like decimals. Of course, they can still charge you an amount ending in 1 cent at the store, just when they're collecting your money and you're paying for it. If you're paying by debit, they'll charge you to the penny, but if you're paying by cash, they're going to have to round it for you. Okay, so 1 cent, 1 out of 100, so its value would be 0.01. Okay, so if we want to count by these different coins, counting by ones, I hope you have all mastered that, right? 1 cent, 2 cents, 3 cents, 4 cents, 5 cents. All right, we've got that one down. Sweet, moving on. Okay, what do we want to count by nickels, right? So this is just counting by 5s this time. Woo, running away. 5 cents, 10 cents, 15 cents, 20 cents, 25 cents. Ooh. Let's go back a little bit. 5 cents, 10 cents. Ooh, 2 nickels. It's going to equal 1 dime. So we're at 10 cents, 15 cents, 20 cents, 25 cents. Ooh, 5 of them gives us the same amount as a quarter. And we could keep going all the way up to $1, but I don't have that many fake nickels, so we're good. All right, counting by dimes. Counting by tens, right? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and so on and so forth. If we had 10 of them, we'd have $1, but we don't. All right, counting by quarters. We've got a little song. 25, 50, 75, $1. 25, 50, 75, $1. 25, 50, 75, $1. Okay, I'll stop. Anyway, so you got to count by 25s. We're not as familiar with that, but if you ever get to buy things, then you might be more familiar with this, right? So 25, 50, 75, $1, because it's 25, 50, 75, 100, really, and 100 cents would be the same thing as $1. Okay, so 4 quarters gets us 1 loonie, and I'm going to assume that you can also count by loonies and toonies. Okay, counting by ones, counting by twos, except for we're talking about dollars instead of cents. Okay, so let's say we reach into our pocket and we pull out a bundle of coins. And we want to know, how much money do we have? It makes the most sense is if we first sort it by the kind of money we've got. Okay, so it looks like we only have 1 quarter, so it's our big guy. Then the next most worth, or my goodness, terrible English. The next highest value of coin would be the dimes. And then we've got some nickels and a penny. So in your math book, you might see them organized like this with a little line in between it, each kind of coin, and a spot underneath for you to fill in what we're going to do out loud here. So if we're counting how much money we have, right? So counting by quarters, 25, 50, 75, $1, we only have 1. Okay, so 25. So now we're at 25 cents, and we need to add 10 more. So 25, 35, 10 more, 45, 10 more, 55. Notice how even though there was a line in between, we kept going, because what we want to know is how much money altogether, not just how much money in dimes and how much money in quarters. We're keeping this going. So we're at 55, and we're going to add 5 more cents. So 55 plus 5, 60, 65, 70. Now we're just going up by ones, 71. Okay, so for the purposes of your math book, we're going to assume that the penny actually does have 1 cent worth of value, even though it's not quite the same in real life. Okay. So hopefully you guys are all pretty keen to know how much money you have. Here's another pile of coins. Let's find out how much money we have here. So again, first step, let's sort it into matching types of coins with the most valuable on the left, just because it's easier to start counting by the bigger numbers. It's really hard to start counting by 25s somewhere in the middle. Like if you have 35 cents already and then you're going to add another 25, it just gets a little bit more complicated. So make your life easier and start with the big coins, or the highest value coins, not necessarily the biggest because those dimes are teeny. Highest value coins first. Okay, so 25, 50, 75, $1. We only have 1. 25, another 10, 35, 45, 55. Now we're going up by 5s. 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. So in this case, this person's pocket had 80 cents. Right? Cents go on the right. Okay. We got that guy. Now, another way you might see it in your math book, they might get tired of drawing all the pictures, and they might just give you a chart like this, and then they'll just fill in some numbers. So maybe they think you've got 2 quarters, they think you've got 4 dimes, 3 nickels, and 2 pennies. Okay, so now we're going to have to count up. Okay, remember quarters? 25, 50, 75, $1. We've got 2 of those. So we've got 25, 50. Now we have 4 dime spots, counting up by tens. So 50 plus 10, 60, 70, 80, 90. Now we've got 3 nickel spots counting up by 5s. So we got 90, 95, 100, 105. And then we've got 2 penny spots, and now we're counting up by 1s, 106, 107. So we've got 107 cents. Or you may choose to write 107 cents as $1.07, right? So as soon as we get to 100 cents, this would be the same thing as $1.00, $1.05, $1.06, and $1.07 goes on the left because the full dollar is to the left of the decimal point. Okay, now sometimes, oops, sorry for the rocky road there. Sometimes you need to know how much money you need. So what if you really wanted to buy a popsicle and it costs 75 cents? So you're scrounging in the seat cushions. You found these coins. Okay, now they might ask you a question, how many more dimes do you need to get to 75 cents? So check the question because they are really persnickety. They're not just asking you how much more money, they're specifying what kind of money. So if we need to get enough dimes to get to 75 cents, okay, we're at 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75. All right, so we needed 3 more dimes to get there. But what if they asked, how many nickels does it take to be able to get there? Okay, so we're at, 25, 35, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75. So we would need 6 nickels to get enough to be able to buy our popsicle. So again, be really careful reading the question so you're answering what they're actually asking. Okay, so this lesson's math. If you have a green book, you're going to do page 110, 111, 112. If you have a blue math book, you're going to do page 86, 87, 88, and 89. And you might look in your math book that you've been working in so far and realize, hey, those pages are not in this math book. And that's because you have 2. So these math pages are going to be in the book that does not have the yellow stripe. No yellow stripe. Okay, so for the next few lessons, especially blue math book folks, for some reason they did not put all the money in the same book. So if you've got low page numbers, then you're probably in the one that doesn't have yellow. And if you're in the high page numbers, you're probably in the one that does have yellow. All right. Basically, if that page doesn't exist in the book you're looking at, get the other book. All right. Happy mathing.